Today I'm making pizza swirls, and here are the ingredients that we need. So I've got 2 teaspoons of yeast, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. I've got homemade pizza sauce. I have 3 cups of all-purpose flour, and I've got 1 cup of lukewarm water. And right now it's about 110 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm just waiting for it to go down a little bit. I want about 105 degrees. If you don't have a thermometer, just make sure it's lukewarm. You don't really want to go over 105 degrees for our yeast. We don't want to kill the yeast off. So I'm making pizza swirls, and these are the ingredients, so let's get started. Alrighty, so my water has come to temperature. I'm just gonna pop the water in there. There we go. And we're starting off with our dough, by the way. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna just pop my yeast in there. There we go. And we'll always give the yeast some food, and yeast loves sugar, so we'll get the sugar in there, and we'll just get that going in here. There we go. I'm going to put a little bit of salt in there. That's our 1 teaspoon. And for the purposes of this video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a cup of the flour, and I'm just going to start mixing that up. I'm going to get this onto my KitchenAid mixer in a second. I just wanted to do a little bit by hand just to show you. Now at this point right now, what you can do is you can just let the dough sit here like this for about 10 minutes and let the yeast start its magic. Or you can just keep chugging along and just get the whole dough mixed. It really doesn't matter. There we go. Alright, at this moment right now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a couple of tablespoons of oil in here. This is just regular vegetable oil. I didn't add it in on the ingredients at the beginning. I wasn't going to use it, but I decided I was going to now. So, I've got 2 tablespoons of oil in there. Alright? And it all depends on my mood. Sometimes I don't put oil in, sometimes I do. Most times I do, but alrighty. So I'm just gonna let this go, and I'll be back in a minute. You can see here that the dough has become very moist again, and at this point I'm just going to add in the rest of my flour. Alright. Alright, I've been mixing the dough for about 4 minutes now, and it's really come together. You can kind of see here. I'll pull it out and just press it again. You can see that it's very nice, but right now it's done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull it out and pop it into a bowl. So I'll do that right now. I'll just show you the dough here. You can see how nice this dough is. Alright, so I'm just going to clean up, and I'll be back in a second. Alright, so I've cleaned up a little bit, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spray this bowl with a little bit of cooking spray. Alright, there we go. And then I will grab our dough, and I'm just going to get it into a nice little ball here. I'm going to pop that in there. I'll give the top a little bit of a spray. I just try to keep it away from my camera when I'm spraying. Okay, there we go. And what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cover that, and I'm going to let it rest for about a half an hour. So I'll let that rest, and I'll be back. Alright, it's been about a half an hour, and there is our pizza dough. Looks very, very good. So I'm just going to punch it down and gather it up. That's great. Alright, So, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put a little bit of flour down on my work area here. And get this down here. Alright. So what I'm going to do here is I just want to roll this out into an oval. And right now I can see that this thing is going to slide around on me and give me a little bit of problem. So I'm just going to do it right on the counter surface here. So I'll just remove this. There we go. Alright. And I'm just going to roll this out. So basically what I want to do is I'm kind of doing the same kind of shape like I would do if I was making cinnamon buns. So I'm going to just roll this out. So I'll continue rolling this, and when I have a nice shape and it's large enough, I'll come back. Alright, that looks pretty good. Okay, so what I'm going to do now, I've got it basically in an oval, and I'm just going to place that to the side. I'm going to put pepperoni in here, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut up some pepperoni very quickly, and I'll cut all this up and I'll be back. We'll get the sauce down. And I've got my oven going at 425 degrees Fahrenheit. It's preheating right now. Alright, that's good. Now we're going to take our pepperoni and get our pepperoni on there. Alright, I've got my cheese here. And I'm using just a big block of cheese that I got at Costco. This is just mozzarella. So I'm going to get that on here. So I'll keep doing this, and I'll come back when I'm done. Alrighty, and there we have all the cheese. So now the next step is we're going to roll this up. So I'm just going to grab it by the edges here, and I'm just going to roll it. Just like this. Go. Bring it right over, and there we have it. Okay, now the next step, we're going to slice it up and we're going to get it onto the tray. Alrighty, so what we're going to do now is we're going to cut them up into our little slices. So I'm just going to grab my knife, I'm just going to cut nice sized pieces here, and I'm just going to place them on my tray. So I'm going to try to get everything in camera view here, and just put them like that. So let's just get all of them here. There we go. Okay, I'm just gonna get them to just touch a little bit. So just like that, just touch the ends so that they don't open when they're baking. Just like that. Alright. If you close them all in like you would with a cinnamon bun, what's going to happen is it's going to be a little harder to take them apart. You could do them like that, but I'll do them like this. So there we go. That's good. And those are our two little end pieces. I'll just pop those on the side. So there we go. So our pizza swirls are ready for the oven. I have my oven set right now 425 degrees Fahrenheit, and I am going to pop those in there until they're golden brown. So I'm going to pop them in now, and I'll be back when they're done. You know what? I think I'm going to take a little video and show you what they look like closer up before I do that. So here are the pizza swirls. I just wanted to show you closer. And I'll go back. And then I'll just zoom in a little bit more. Alright, here they are, just a little bit closer again. Alright, so I am going to pop them in the oven for real this time, and I'll be back with the final product. Alrighty, these just came out of the oven about 3 minutes ago. They are still extremely hot. Look at how nice they turned out. That was a total of 12 minutes at 425 degrees. So these are my beautiful, beautiful pizza swirls. Yummy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to break a few of them apart and put them on a plate, and I'll get a little close-up and you'll be able to see them. Alright, I just wanted to show you what the inside looked like. I'm going to try to break it apart. I mean, you really don't want to break these apart, you want to just eat them like that, but you can see inside. It's just roll, right, roll after roll of all pizza goodness in there. Doesn't that look great? Where am I here? There we go. Look at that. So, I'll be back and I'll just show you a close-up. Well, these are really, really good. I just had one and they are super moist inside. The dough is completely cooked, but because they're all layered like that, they just keep in the moisture. They're really, really delicious. So that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed my pizza swirls. And if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you do try them out, please leave me some feedback. So that's it for now. I'll see you next time.